Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing Figuarts Piccolo, the normal version and the SDCC version. So yes, I'm bringing you another comparative review today because I feel like I need to do one for all the SDCC and normal figure availabilities. I'll be doing Vegeta later and Gohan whenever the reissue of him comes out. So yeah, Piccolo is my favorite DBZ character and one of my favorite Figuarts. The normal version is the manga coloration, and the SDCC version is the anime coloration. I do prefer this one, but they are both good figures. They, of course, have the same level of articulation and detail, pretty much. They're just slightly different. Let's go ahead and zoom into the articulation, sculpting details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have both of our Piccolos. Here is SH Figuarts Goku. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Superior Spider-Man, and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Obviously, both Piccolos are the same size, as they are basically the same figure. Piccolo is a little bit taller than Goku. He should be taller. That's really the only complaint I've ever had about this Piccolo figure, is that he's not tall enough. He's roughly the same size as Spider-Man, and of course, much bigger than the Marvel Universe figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at the Piccolos. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Of course, here you can see Piccolo. They're both wearing purple, but the SDCC one is a bit darker. SDCC Piccolo has a blue belt, whereas normal Piccolo has a red one. They both do have red wrist bits and outlines to their weird muscle patches, but the SDCC one has pink muscle patches, whereas the normal Piccolo has yellow ones. Their skin is both green, but the SDCC one is darker green and has a bit more shading to it. And then they both have brown shoes on, but the SDCC ones are darker. All the sculpting on them, of course, is the same. They all have the same little lines in the arms and folds in the cloth. And everything looks good sculpting-wise. And the paint job is also good on both of them. So it really just depends upon what color variation you prefer. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on Piccolo's head sculpts. Alright, here are the head sculpts. Piccolo comes with 3 head sculpts. You get a stern expression without the turban, stern expression with the turban, and then you get the angry, veiny, sort of attacking head that's looking off slightly to the side. The only difference between the heads is the skin tone is a little bit darker on the SDCC one, and the turban top is a little bit darker as well, and there's a bit more shading on the SDCC one. Now let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Piccolo is pretty standard for the Figuarts line. You get the ball peg rotation in the head, goes up and down, all that kind of stuff. Also get the neck joint, forward and back, side to side, very good motion there. Ball joint shoulders go in and out, forward and back. They also pop up and down a little bit. Bicep cut, double joint elbows, wrist hinge and rotation. His waist pops up, moves around on double ball peg, pops back in. Hips drop down, move forward and back, rotate around on the joint. Double jointed knees, ball peg in the ankle, that rotates around, moves all about, and toe joint. So that gets you pretty much any real mobility you need, so that's good. And fairly standard for Figuarts. Now let's go ahead and move on to all of Piccolo's accessories. Here are all of Piccolo's extra hands and arm pieces. You get 2 fists, 2 open blasting hands, 2 slightly curled blasting hands, you get your folded arms, and you get your special beam cannon hand. The only difference between the two is the skin tone is a bit darker on the SDCC one. It has a bit more shading, and of course the nails are white on the SDCC version, whereas they're black on the normal version. And of course there is differences in the arms with the little muscle patch things. And lastly, Piccolo has his cape. They're both sort of slightly pliable rubber, and then they have the full collar piece and then the half collar piece for the folded arms. They look basically the same. I think the shading on the SDCC one, which is the one on this side over here, is a little bit darker, but other than that, they look basically the same. Now that about wraps it up for both of the Piccolos and their accessories, so let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, they do both come in the standard SH Figuarts style packaging, which is a big box with a window in it. Piccolo on the side on both parts. This box is mostly white and has light green on it, and then this one is purple and yellow. This one also has the SDCC exclusive logo on it. Other than that, they're basically the same. The Toei stickers on this side and on this one on the other side. Still get your pixelated images on both sides there. And then on the back, you get little descriptions of the characters. This one's the Japanese release, so I can't read it. And then this one is only available in America, so I can read it. Either way, as always, they are good for in or out of package displays, so yeah.
Piccolo.
Alright, that wraps it up for the Piccolos, so until next time, goodbye!
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.